Welcome to Junior Journalists. My name is Raylan, and I will be interviewing Thomas Sargent, economist, Nobel Laureate, and family friend. Mr. Sargent, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
What does economics mean to you?
That's an interesting question. Well, what economics is about is how people decide lots of things, like what they'd like to buy, where they'd like to work, who they'd like to work with, what kind of what kind of job they want to have. Do they want, what kind of school they want to go to, what kind of school they want their kids to go to, if they have some money, what they choose to buy and not to buy, how they save up. But it's about a lot of things in our own lives that everybody faces, chooses. So economics studies how groups of people figure out how to do all this together.
Okay. How did winning a Nobel Prize change your life?
Well, actually, to tell you the truth, not very much. I actually think a prize was given more to my teachers and my students than to me, and I'm just kind of a symbol, like I'm a representative of them. So, my teachers and my students taught me everything I know the books. We've written papers together, so I think it's more like, I think they gave the prize for some work that was done by a team, and I was just kind of like maybe happened to be the captain of the team at that time. That's how I think about it. So I'm happy for the team, and I'm happy to be part of the team. That's the way I think about it. So my daily life didn't change it very much.
Anything you are excited about in work?
Yes. So if you're every day I wake up, I can't wait to get to quote unquote work. It's not really work, to talk with my friends, like your dad, and some of his students. We're working together now, and the reason I like it is the truth of the matter is I loved school when I was in school, and working with your dad is like I'm still in school and learning things all the time and figuring things out and solving puzzles, and then it's really fun. Like I do things that are even more fun than computer games. They actually use computers, so it's just fun.
What are your interests outside of economics?
Well, it's a good question. So I love to go hiking in the mountains, and I like to go fishing in streams with a fly rod. If you ever watch the movie A River Runs Through It, that movie was filmed really near my cabin, and
really?
I go fishing near there. I like to read history. I like to talk with my friends about all sorts of things, economics, history. I read history books. I like to watch old movies with my wife, Carolyn. Yeah, that's it.
How often do you come to Singapore, and what do you like to do here?
How often do I come to Singapore? Good question. I've been to Singapore about 8 or 9 times in the last 10 years, and for various occasions. And I've come to teach about 6 or 7 times. And when I say teach, it's really a third to teach and 2/3 to learn from my students, and so I do that. So I've come often, and I like Singapore. It's a very interesting place. I love the people in Singapore. I like how, for a foreigner, a visitor, the people in Singapore are really welcoming. And if you're like an older person, like I am, on the subway, people are always courteous and willing to help. I love Singapore.
What are you curious about the future?
Wow, probably lots of the same things you are. I'm interested in, I forgot to tell you, I love astronomy. I love learning about physics and chemistry and astronomy. So many things are being learned because there's the new Webb telescope. They're learning lots of things about galaxies, black holes. Just in the last 4 or 5 years, they confirmed the existence of gravitational waves. That was something that Einstein had kind of said might be possible based on some math. And people said, well, you could never see them. And some physicists, I actually met them. They got some machines that figured out how to measure gravitational waves that come from 2 black holes colliding. So, wow, is that exciting. There's things like they're looking for planets around other stars. And they're called exoplanets, and they discovered them and they're learning more and more about them. So, the things, when you're my age, the things that are going to be known about that. So, all sorts of things. They're discovering new things in all sorts of fields that I benefit from.
Any suggestions for SAS students?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, I think so. Here's advice I wish I had gotten when I was young. The first thing is be yourself, be true to yourself, and when you're in school, realize you're learning about 2 really important things. You're learning math. You're learning history, you're learning arithmetic, you're learning some science. And I think that's about half what you're learning. The other thing you're learning are what you like to do and what you're good at. Nobody can tell you that because we're all different, we're very different. Even though we have lots of things in common, but we have different interests and skills. So in school, you learn kind of what you're like and what you're good at. So, and then I think have fun every day. Do your work, but every day have fun. Have something you enjoy. That's my advice.
Is there anything else you would like to share with our studio audience?
No, I've seen a couple of your other videos, and I enjoyed them very much. I learned from them, and I thank you for the opportunity to do this.
Thank you for spending time with us at Junior